I have waited all day long to change this gasket in my primary cover because it's been kind of windy. And now it's after 5 o'clock and the wind's still blowing. So if you get some wind noise, I'm really sorry, but I certainly can't do this after dark.
Are you in a club that needs a new website? Or does your club's website need to be completely redone and kept up to date? I created my first website in 1998. I developed and maintained several sites until about 2008. At that point, life got in the way. I got back into web development in early 2020. Since then, I have worked very hard at relearning HTML, CSS, and PHP. These are the tools I need to know to create your one-of-a-kind website. Please visit davescorneroftheworld.com.
Here we go. Like I said yesterday, this should be a pretty simple job. Take off the foot peg, the shifter, and all these bolts around here, and clean up the two sides real good and put it back together. So we'll see what happens when we start taking this thing apart.
I thought that's all I had to do. We'll see later that I had to do more than just that.
All right, that was easy. This thing is so oily, this seal has leaked for a long time. And it got, day before yesterday, it got to where it was just gushing out oil, quite literally. If I was going like 70 miles an hour or something, so I decided that it's time to change it. I've had the gasket for probably 2 weeks, right there real close. Got it in Portland, Oregon. I think it cost me either $25.99 or $29.99, something like that. Wasn't too bad. Alright, I'm going to keep all those separate. And I got a plan to put these bolts in order from here this way all the way around. Whoop, gotta take off the shifter next. Alright, that wasn't very tight. I think it maybe should have been a little bit tighter than it was. Alrighty. Oh, I sure don't want to break that. That would just be a terrible ending for the day. There we go. Now, before you yell at me for hammering on a screwdriver, I bought this screwdriver just for digging in the dirt. This screwdriver has never ever touched a screw before. Things like this is what I bought this screwdriver for. So don't yell at me. Okay. Now this went with this. And those two can be kept separate because I know where they go. Alright, I'm going to start here because some of these are short and some of them are long, I think. Anyway, if they're all the same length, it doesn't make any difference, but I think there's some of them long and some of them short. I've never had this cover off. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put them all out in a row right down along there. That way, in theory, they'll be all the same. I mean, go back in the same place. I just got to remember the farthest one that way is that one. That should be easy to remember. Yeah, I'm not going to make you wait and watch all this, because this is kind of slow here. All right, last one. Okay, they all came out pretty easily. I'm happy with that.
Well, here's where the trouble begins.
Today, going to finish up this oil seal that I started the other day, because I have to take part of the clutch apart inside here, and we'll see that here in a minute. But I got to replace this clutch cable anyway. If you remember, it's split right up there. You can see it's kind of split right up there, and I had to put these clamps on there, worm clamps on there, to make the clutch work. That was in another video a long time ago. But anyway, I've got to take some of that apart, and there's a clip down in here I've got to take out that pin. Then the clutch housing will come right out. Then take the cable off here and put a new cable in. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens. 7/8 I think is the size I need. Yep, 7/8 is the one. Then an Allen wrench to go up in there, but I think to get this, I can take this off right here like this. There we go. Now all I need to do is, that's the primary chain adjustment. Comes up right here. You'll see it in a minute, but there's a little piece of plastic over there that pushes up the chain to make it operate, to make it tight. So we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, I guess that's opened up all the way. All right, be that way. Hopefully I'm going to get this off without losing it or breaking it. That might be a trick. Can't see it real good. Well, we all know I'm blind and I can't see out of one eye and I'm blind in the other, so I got my grandfather's magnifying glass. And I can't remember too much about my grandfather. He died in 1956, I think. I was about 5 years old. And so I don't remember too much about him, and this is the only thing I've got of my grandfather's. So anyway, I'm going to try to see if I can see what kind of a tool to take this keeper out of here. Hopefully I'll be able to see it. I've got to loosen this. It takes a half and a 9/16. There's. I've got to loosen this. Well, that was on there some kind of tight. Run that nut all the way up, get enough slack to loosen the clutch cable completely. That might help with getting that loose up on top, I'm not sure. Got to shorten that up as short as I can make it. Back to the handlebars, trying to get that pin out of the clutch lever. Turn my handlebars and I can see it a whole lot better. Maybe I can get it now. I got it. Didn't break it. Didn't lose it. That's it. Awesome. Happy camper. Now, push that pin out. Comes out just like that. Now, this is supposed to come out pretty easily, supposed to. Okay, maybe I've got to go down here and take it loose down there first. We'll do that. I've had these bolts out just a day or two ago, so they're just basically just almost finger tight in there. They're certainly not very tight. Didn't even tighten them up enough to ride the motorcycle. I just tightened them up just so I wouldn't lose them primarily. Inside here there's a spring. Set right there. There's a spring that's attached onto this keeper. That locks wherever you have your adjustment set on the clutch, that locks it in place. So that needs to go right back in there. Put it right in there. Set it to the side. And this is just supposed to come, whoops, not yet. Not yet. I've got to loosen this. Until it comes out. There we go. That's what that looks like. Set in that inside the cover. Go ahead and pull this out. And there's 3 bearings in here. There's 3 balls in there. You don't want to lose those. If you lose those down inside there, you got all kinds of problems, but we're going to get in there anyway. So, take that off. You turn that sideways. Take that off. Set it to the side. Take this little guy off. Set it to the side. Now I have enough room to take this out. Push this pin out. It's just supposed to push out. Oh, there it comes. Not all the way out. There it is. Okay. Clutch handle I can put somewhere. Alright. Well, I bought a new clutch cable long time ago. And I got it off of eBay. And I'm sure it came from China. I've had it for months and months and months and months, so it might not fit right in here. I'm hoping it does, but it might not. So if it doesn't, I'm going to have to put that old clutch cable back on and get one from, actually one from Harley. Looks like a 9/16, yep. Alright. Oh, that was easy to turn. You've got to have it loose up on top, like I said, to turn this out, because it's the outside cover is sealed here, and if you just try to turn it without letting this turn like that, it'll break the seal and leak. So we don't want that. That's why I had to take it apart up there first to see if it's even going to work or not. And I think it will. How about that? There's a little O-ring in here. We need to make sure we save that. Okay. Take that O-ring off very carefully. We'll find out. That's got to go in there.
Please subscribe, hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video.